Hi Sag, welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. I'm Amanda. This is going to be your shift reading for the month of October as we shift from Virgo season into Libra season, Libra energy. So we're shifting from the Hermit card in the tarot, very solo energy, slow moving, internal processing, internal focusing, very spiritual energy, into Libra energy, which is the Justice card in the tarot, looking at balance, looking at accepting the way things are as they are, however imbalanced or balanced they may be, whatever state of working towards homeostasis you find yourself on. And so in this reading in particular, we're going to look at the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shift looks and feels like for you. Now listen, in your meditation, I got a very specific image. It was cut flowers, or rather the process of cutting flowers. So there'd be like flowers that were blooming, and then I kept seeing a very zoomed in frame on the scissors cutting the stem, and it was almost in slow motion, and it was very like precise and almost violent. It was like focusing on the violence of cutting the flowers. There's something sort of weirdly sexual going on in this image, because it was like what I saw was like the cutting of the stem, cutting through that stem super slowly, created like almost like plasma oozing or like water oozing from the stem itself. Are you with me? Do you know what I'm talking about? So hard to convey images that are in your head. It was weird, like that was the micro of what was actually happening. It felt like a real like sudden micro realization of the violence of what it means to actually cut the flower from its roots. Because you're essentially killing it when you do that, you know? It's like you're ending its life when you do that, even though it'll sort of, it's like the heart will keep beating, but it's done. It's no longer, it no longer has a future beyond the span of a week. So like the violence in cutting the flowers and sort of the beauty of it as well, the beauty in that act of violence. There's major dichotomy being held here. It's like, it's both this like violent act of death and also this sort of beautiful, like essentially what art is, which is this very ephemeral, fleeting act of beauty. To be viewed for a short amount of time and appreciated for a short amount of time, and then it begins to wither. So there could be something in your life that is very beautiful right now. It's at its full bloom. And so there's like a need to cut it and preserve it and appreciate it while it's here, while knowing that it's not going to last. Interesting. You know, and also offering flowers, I just dropped a bunch of cards, hold on. Offering flowers is romantic, you know? That's a, hi, still here. Okay. It's a romantic thing to do. It's part of a romantic gesture, and sometimes romances are here for a time and then they're out. Maybe that's what's going on. Okay, so let's see here. Let's get into some cards and see for Sagittarius. What's the shape Sag is shifting out of in the month of October? What's the shape shift here? What are they shifting out of? Okay. Page of Coins. In Page of Coins energy, we're looking at someone that is very much focusing on what is tangible. You can see this being here is reaching for the coin, reaching for what is tangible, what you can grab onto here. Okay, interesting. Okay, and what is the shape that Sag is shifting into in the month of October? God damn it. Oh my God. If that was not, I sounded like the nanny just now. Fran Drescher. If that wasn't what I basically just described in the meditation, thank you for clarity. Oh my gosh, that's so incredible. Okay, so you're shifting out of focusing on something very tangible, perhaps like a new opportunity that you're just about to reach and grab. And now it's like, you know, that's that one coin. And now look, there's 7 coins about to bloom. It's like that moment in the garden when you're waiting for something to bloom. So you've already taken whatever new opportunity this is, because the page is a new opportunity, an offer coming your way, something tangible that you're just starting to work with. And I usually get the image with Page of Coins of like the potter just throwing the clay onto the wheel, or just starting to mold, sculpt, whatever this is that's like raw materials. Learning to work with this raw material, which is essentially a seed, because we're looking at coins, which is pentacles, which is earth. Just reaching for the seed and learning how to work with it. And now look at your garden about to bloom. Whatever this is totally on the verge of blooming. And the guidance that comes along with the 7 of Coins is don't pick it before it's ripe. Don't cut that flower before it has bloomed. You know, don't cut it too early. Don't harvest too soon. Okay, wow, interesting. So now you've taken the opportunity and you're waiting now for the reward. You're waiting to reap the full harvest of this, whatever this new thing is. Very good. All right, so now we're gonna get a look at what that shift looks like and feels like, you know, point A to point B here. What does it look and feel like for Sag? What is the shift involving here? Oh my God, why are the cards flying off the table for you, Sagittarius? Making me work for it. One more, please. Interesting. We got some zodiac energy here for you, Sag. I'm gonna need to grab some clarity on that. So here's what I'm looking at. 9 of Wands, Cancer energy, Aquarius energy. Of course, these zodiac energies could be people that you are dealing with. You could be dealing with heavy, you know, people who have heavy Cancer and Aquarius placements. Or you yourself may have Cancer and Aquarius placements, but also it's like that quality of energy is showing up as part of your shift. So first of all, we're looking at a lot of spikes. See that? Spikes, spears. Even the crab itself, super spiny crab. You know, that crab shell is like spiky, spiny. we're looking at what feels to me like defensive energy. This person, if you look super close, they're not so happy. Look at their face, you know, they're not feeling so hot. Their arm is bandaged up. They've been kind of beat up, wounded, exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally, which is why they're like behind all of these barriers. They're behind this wall and this fence and this fortress and that castle back there. All of these mountains block. It's like this person is blocked in. I think because of some form of self-protection. That's the Cancer energy. So there may have been, you know, or there may continue to be, this may be what you're in now, is this energy of just like feeling a bit exhausted and feeling like you really need to now start to reap some rewards for all of the work you've been putting in, or all of the crap essentially you've been enduring or putting up with in whatever this process is for you. It feels like you've had to kind of fight for it and really fight for yourself and your emotional safety. That's what Cancers do. You know, they fight for the emotional safety of their own heart and for, you know, the hearts of those around them. Fierce loyalty in a Cancer. Very emotional energy. Protector energy. There's so much self-protection here. Maybe you've been very, very much protecting whatever this seed is. There's something sort of parallel here. It's almost like the crab is protecting this beetle. It's like, this is my baby and I'm gonna protect it. And there's a similar energy here, like, this is my baby, this is just a little seed and I've got to protect this thing. But in the process, it's like you're exhausting yourself. You're exhausting yourself having to fend and defend and protect this thing. And maybe I have a question here about whether you need to work that hard, whether you need to keep doing that to that extent. We have Aquarius energy coming in, which is, you know, it's lightning. Come on. Aquarius is just pure electric inspiration. I see this as like the writer's quill often, the feather of an idea, of inspiration, lightning bolt striking the idea, the aha moment. It's interesting too with this card because there's a simultaneous release with the water releasing out, emotional release with this electric spark of a transmission. I don't know what that's about. What is this? It honestly just feels like Ace of Swords to me. It feels like some sort of, perhaps you've had a revelation that moves you out, or you will, you know, in the month of October, have a revelation that moves you out of this defensive energy, moves you out of this mode of self-protection, and gives you a little bit of distance. Aquarius, you know, Aquarius has the zoomed out perspective. Which this is a bit of a zoomed out perspective, right? You can see all of the seeds at once. I don't know what this is, Sag. What time are we at? Okay. I want to get some more cards here. All right. We got a lot of earth energy going on here, so I'm going to use the Illuminated Earth deck that I love so much. And see if we can get a little extra clarity here. What is this about for Sag? What is this shift? Page of Coins to Seven of Coins. This feeling of harvesting the flowers, cutting the flowers. Also a feeling of needing to defend oneself. What is this? What clarity can we get for Sag for October, please? What is this shift about for Sagittarius? Okay. Earth, which, I mean, yeah, clearly, you know, we are looking at the earth element here with the coins, with pentacles. There's something very much of this tangible earth realm, of the mundane, of the material realm that you are dealing with here. And what I'm seeing here is like growth, trying to get something to grow. That's totally the energy of this as well, because it's like you want to get to the moment of cutting the flower. And so you're really trying to get something to grow. You know, earth element things seem to take time. They tend to be a slower moving energy. So perhaps it's just like patience and enduring this time of limbo, this time of waiting is a bit exhausting to you. Whatever this is, it's like, because now we have harmony, which is interesting because Libra season, balance, justice. So there's something here about once this blooms, once you are able to collect this harvest, this kind of growth is really, I think it's bringing you the harmony that you're seeking. But there is this sense of like enlightenment, because I'm getting like this energy like funneling into almost like pineal gland and then bursting outward. And even this, it's like the growth. If this is the earth, the growth is like beyond. You know, we're out in the stratosphere here, beyond the atmosphere, transcending the boundaries, which is really interesting because these cards are all about boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries. Transcending the crab shell. Busting out of the perceived earthly limitations. And I think that's Aquarius. That's where Aquarius comes in with this electricity to strike the lightning, to strike the pineal gland and say, you're not limited like you think you are. And that's, you know, we're getting combustion. Love this card. Combustion coming out with Aquarius, which is the energy that I felt, which was a lightning strike. That's the moment that the fire ignites. That's what combustion is, the moment of spark, the moment of ignition. Ignition, something is ignited that perhaps allows you to emotionally release your grip a little bit, release your sense of limitation and boundaries and the need to like keep something very much contained, because whatever this is trying to combust. It's trying to bust free, and that's like what's on the verge here. These flowers are ready to bust. They're ready to bust open. Don't try to contain this. Don't try to limit it. Because the harmony, the balance actually comes, the harmony, the feeling of harmony, harmony, also song, everything's singing, like ping, singing bowls, you know, and the sound, the vibration rings out. Very interesting. So it almost goes like this. Transcending the earthly limitations with this ignition, this combustion, which then like causes this reverb, this vibratory reverb that is incredibly positive, harmonious, vibrationally. Okay, wow. Really fascinating reading so far, Sagittarius. So I'm going to continue to pull cards here. I'm going to get some clarifiers. I'm going to keep pulling, because, you know, we never just shift from point A to point B. It's not like, oh, you wait for the harvest and then that's it. No, there's going to be something beyond this. So I'm going to keep pulling cards and see what that is. If this seems to be resonating with you so far, you know, it's a bit vague. It could mean a lot of different things and be a lot of situations. So we'll try to hone in more specifically on what this is that you're trying to grow, that you're hoping will bloom. And we'll get more specific on what is this moment of combustion, you know, what's the inspiration that busts it out, transcends the boundaries. And so if that's something that is interesting to you, you think it's going to resonate, stay tuned. I'm going to play a 1-minute clip here at the end here for you to get a little preview of what that is. And if it's resonating with you, then you can follow the link below over onto Patreon, where you will be able to view this extended. Okay, so Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for watching the channel. If you feel like helping us grow and supporting over here, just click that like button on this video, click subscribe. It just helps spread the love to other Sagittarius people that might need to hear this reading. All right, take care, Sag, and I'll talk to you soon. So, for example, a perfect resonance for this reading would be if you have worked for a larger company or some sort of like larger umbrella that you've been under that has been just exhausting you, has been totally not working for you. You know, it's like beating you up physically, mentally, and emotionally. Your choice to leave and go off on your own and do something else was totally like crumbled that tower. It just like got you out of Dodge. It shook up your world and probably their world over on their end. But that was the choice that you clearly needed to make, to step into your own power, to step through a new doorway, to plant a seed that's more sustainable for you. Wow. Really, really cool.